watching Cartoon Obsession. Hello everybody, my name is Nathan and I am the man with a cartoon obsession, and I'm going off script a bit. What do I mean by that? Well, you guys know that I usually do, or at least lately, have been doing scheduled videos, and I'm still gonna do that. But occasionally I want to throw in some unscheduled, unscripted, more bare bones style videos. I mean, I'm still going to put in the background music and intro and outro and all that stuff, but the actual editing part of the video is going to be very minor on this one, and future ones that I decide to do. I don't know what topics I'd be covering and stuff like this, but you never know. I've done this kind of thing once or twice on this channel before, but I figured I'd try it again. But for today's video, I'm going to be talking about animated works I'm anticipating in 2020. I have split this up into animated movies, anime, and cartoons. The stuff I'm going to be talking about isn't necessarily what I'm going to be covering in 2020. I'm going to try to get to some of this stuff, but I can almost guarantee that I'm not going to be able to cover everything I'm going to talk about. But yeah, so we're going to do it that way, and everything that I'm talking about also either has a specific release date or at least a release month. Except for a few things, but I'll get those out of the way first. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy the video. If I or whatever, it's like I said, I'm not editing the voiceover. I am doing this pretty bare bones. And let me know if you guys enjoy this style, if you prefer the edited stuff. I mean, I'm gonna do the edited stuff regardless, but I'm curious. So I'm gonna quickly run down some that don't have a set release date or month, and I'm still gonna do movies, anime, cartoons in that order. So for the stuff that doesn't have a set release date, we're gonna start off with We Bare Bears the movie, which is supposed to air on Cartoon Network sometime this year. For anime, we have Zombieland Saga Season 2, and then for cartoons, The Curse of Molly McGee is going to air on Disney Channel sometime this year. Close Enough is supposed to be airing on HBO Max sometime this year. A new Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy is supposed to be coming to Netflix, I believe. I've seen things that said CBS, but I'm pretty sure it's Netflix. A new Animaniacs series is supposed to come to Hulu. The remaining episodes of Season 1 of Primal is going to air on Adult Swim sometime this year. And there will be an untitled We Bare Bears spinoff, but I've also seen it called We Baby Bare Bears, which if that's the case, I think that's a stupid name. But that's supposed to air sometime on Cartoon Network this year. Alright, now we get into animated movies. On March 6th, Disney Pixar's Onward is supposed to release. And this looks interesting. It is set in a world that is populated with creatures who use magic, and I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I'm a sucker for magic. I love stuff that has magic in it. Magical cartoons, magical movies, magical anime, you name it. If it has magic, I'm pretty much sold. But apparently the world in this movie is losing its sense of magic. And there are the two main characters who are going on a quest to see if there's still some magic left in the world. And overall, it looks interesting. I'm not going to spoil too much of the premise, even though I'm sure it was already revealed in the trailer, but so this movie is set to come out on March 6th. It features voices of Tom Holland and Chris Pratt, just to name a couple. it looks interesting. I don't know all that much about it yet, but it looks interesting enough that it caught my eye. So that's one that I'm definitely hoping to see. May 15th, we are getting Scoob, which is, obviously, it is a Scooby-Doo movie. I saw the trailer for this one, and it looks, I don't know, the character designs are kind of odd, and it's fully CG, in case you guys couldn't imagine. I mean, pretty much every animated movie is these days, but yeah, so Scoob, it follows the mystery gang, of course, but from what the trailer showed, it also looked like we were gonna get an origin story of when Shaggy and Scooby met, and I'm guessing when they met the rest of the mystery gang as well. Hopefully they do a better job than Cartoon Network did with Scooby-Doo The Mystery Begins, I believe that movie was called. That movie was terrible. So I hope they do a better job with this adaptation of that. But it looks interesting. It looks interesting. I may not be as into Scooby-Doo as I was as a kid, but you know, I still have a little bit of a soft spot for it, so I'm definitely gonna check out Scoob. And moving right along, on May 22nd, we're supposed to be getting the SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run, which is the third, and from what I've heard, final SpongeBob movie. I don't know if that's true or not, but I guess we'll see. This movie's going to be fully CG as well. Of course, the first SpongeBob movie was 2D animation. The second one, Sponge Out of Water, was mostly 2D animation, but in the last third of the movie or so, it was CG. And I thought the movie was fine. Matter of fact, the more I watched it, the more I enjoyed it. But this one, fully stylized in CG. I don't really know what to expect from this one. I don't know how much Steven Hillenburg wrote on this before he passed. I heard he did write it, but I'm not sure if he had anything to do with the whole thing. But from what I can tell, the only thing I know about it is SpongeBob and Patrick, they go on a rescue mission to save Gary, and apparently the movie's also going to reveal the origin of SpongeBob meeting Gary for the first time, which they alluded to once or twice in the series, especially in the Where's Gary episode. They didn't really specify the story though. They only showed it in a picture of when SpongeBob first got Gary, so I'm actually looking forward to seeing what that's going to be. I don't know how I feel about the movie being fully CG though. I'm not completely opposed to the idea, but who knows? I guess we'll have to wait and see. June 19th is Soul, which is another Disney Pixar movie. And it stars the likes of Jamie Foxx and Tina Fey. And it's about a middle school music teacher who dreamed of performing jazz music on stage, and he finally gets the chance. But an accident causes his soul to be separated from his body. And he has to attend a seminar and gain passion before being transported to a newborn child. So, reincarnated, essentially. I saw the trailer for this one too, and it looks interesting. It does. I don't know how much of Jamie Foxx's work I'm familiar with. Not a lot. But I like the premise of this, and I can only imagine it's going to have a jazz soundtrack, which I'm perfectly fine with. Jazz music is cool. I don't listen to a lot of it, but, you know, I should. and Trent Reznor is involved with the music of this movie. If you guys don't know who Trent Reznor is, he is the lead singer of Nine Inch Nails. So it's not just him, it's also Atticus Ross. He's also going to be involved with the movie. Him and Trent Reznor did the music for the Social Network as well. But anyway, that's selling me enough. It seems interesting. The premise is cool. I like the character designs too that I saw in the trailer. The way the souls look, I like the way that they made them look. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Soul. It looks like it could be cool. It looks like it could be a fun movie. Sometime in September, we're going to be getting a movie called Quintuplets. I apologize if I messed that up. But it's based off of a light novel and anime series called Little Busters. I haven't read the light novel. I have seen the anime. And Quid is a character from that anime. And the movie's based on her. From what Wikipedia says, it's only like 40 minutes long or something like that. But I love Little Busters, so I'll give it a shot. I don't really know much about the movie. Not much has been said about it yet. And November 25th, we're supposed to get Raya and the Last Dragon, which is also a Disney movie. Not much has been said about this one either. No trailer's been released. There's like some concept art and stuff, but not a lot about it. But it looks nice from what I've seen of the art. Okay, now moving on to anime. January 4th, which is tomorrow. It's already out in Japan, but, you know, whatever. Darwins Game. It's the first anime I'm going to be talking about. It's about the main character trying out a new mobile game, called Darwin's Game, of course, but later realizes that there is no way to quit the game, so kind of like an isekai type thing, like maybe a Sword Art Online type deal. But it seems interesting enough. I'm certain that this has already premiered in Japan. I haven't watched it yet, but you know, it looks interesting. It's action. It's shonen. These are things that I do watch, so yeah, I'll give it a shot and see how it goes. This is another one I'm probably going to bastardize the pronunciation of, but on January 5th, Magia record, Puella, Magi, Madoka, Magica, side story, something like that. You guys know what I'm trying to say. I never knew how to pronounce the name of this anime. But yeah, this is like it says, it's a side story of the original Madoka Magica anime, which I have seen, and I enjoyed it. But this follows a new cast of characters. I think there was a special for this, and it's based off of a mobile game spin-off in the franchise as well. But I don't know anything about those things. I only know the original Madoka Magica anime. But since I enjoyed the original anime, I'm definitely looking forward to this. I don't know too much about it, except for the fact that it's new characters and stuff, but I can imagine that it's still going to be the same deal. The magical girl antithesis anime that the original Madoka Magica was, which is what made it interesting and unique. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to see where that goes. January 9th is Plunderer, which the first 3 episodes have already been previewed at a screening in Tokyo, and episodes 1 and 2 were streamed in advance on Funimation's YouTube channel, but I have not watched them, because the anime does not officially premiere until January 9th of this year. And it takes place in a post-apocalyptic world, dominated by things called numbers, people called numbers, and each human will have their identity branded with their own count, quote unquote, which could define any number related to their life. And this is an interesting premise. I don't know too much to expect from this. You see a running theme here. It's mostly because I'm trying to not spoil too much for myself, because I want to go into these series and movies and all this stuff completely blank and open-minded. That way, I won't have my opinions clouded with what I think it should be, or what other people think it should be, or what it even is. You know, I want to keep as little known about it as possible. But, yeah, this looks cool. I like the character designs. It's another action show, another shonen anime, so looking forward to that. Then, sometime in January, supposedly, we're gonna get the Quintessential Quintuplets Season 2. I loved the first season of this. It is a harem anime about a guy who tutors these 5 twin sisters, so quintuplets. So, there you go. And they get into a bunch of hijinks and stuff, and there's like a love hexagon, I guess, if you want to call it that. So, the way they ended the first season, it made me want more of the anime, and I'm glad we're getting more of it. I could always read the manga, which I might at one point. However, if you're watching the anime, you obviously want to see what happens in the anime. You don't necessarily want to jump mediums and go over to the manga like that. I mean, that's why they make the anime in the first place, am I right? Anyway, moving right along. BNA, Brand New Animal, is set to premiere in April. And this is done by Studio Trigger, which have done anime like Kill la Kill and Little Witch Academia, Darling in the Franxx, Inferno Cop, Space Patrol Lulico, Promare. You get the point. I love Trigger's art style. I think they have one of the most unique styles in anime, and that is one of the main reasons I'm looking forward to this series. As for the plot, it's set in the 21st century, where the existence of humanoid animals that have been living in the darkness for centuries have been revealed to the world. And from what I've seen, the character designs and stuff of this show, it's Trigger. It's Trigger, and that's not a bad thing. I love Trigger's art style, like I have said. And these are anthropomorphic animals, as you would have expected. And the show looks like it has a lot of color to it, and I'm a sucker for color, unless, you know, you abuse it, like certain cartoons have in the past, and anime even. But this looks interesting, from what little I know about it. I'm sorry if I use the word interesting a lot. Remember, this is all off the cuff. Off the cuff. Good lord. It's alright though, I'm sticking to this non-edited thing, unless there are long pauses, but I'm rambling. So that one's interesting. It is indeed. And final anime I'm going to be talking about sometime in July. We're supposed to be getting Fire Force Season 2. I haven't finished watching Season 1 yet. I'm almost done. But I talked about Fire Force briefly in my top 10 anime of the 2010s list. It was an honorable mention. And Fire Force, the manga, was written by the same guy who wrote Soul Eater. And Soul Eater is one of my favorite anime of all time. And I've been loving Fire Force so far. It is amazing. It's very interesting. I love the characters. I love the story. The use of the whole pyrokinesis thing is very interesting to me. It has a religious I don't know if I can call them undertones, because it's not like they hide the fact that it's kind of a religious kind of thing. I mean, members of each Fire Force are nuns, so It doesn't go off as preachy or anything like that, though. Not to me, at least. But it's an interesting take on that kind of thing, on the firefighting experience, I guess. It's not realistic in the slightest, but do you really expect realism from anime like that? But yeah, I am looking forward to Season 2 of Fire Force. I still need to finish Season 1, but that'll be no problem to do before Season 2 comes out in July. Alright, now finally we move on to cartoons. January 6th, Cartoon Network is going to be broadcasting Book 2 of Infinity Train, called The Cracked Reflection. I reviewed Book 1 of Infinity Train. I'm going to review Book 2. I promise you I'm going to review Book 2. Book 2 follows new characters, except there is a returning character from Book 1. And we're going to experience more cars in the train, more characters. We might get more backstory. Well, probably going to get more backstory. But I love the first season of Infinity Train, so I am very excited about the second one. I didn't think we were going to get it this soon, to be honest, because Infinity Train Book 1 only premiered in August of 2019. And here it is in January, we're already getting Book 2, so that's pretty cool. And then January 6th as well, on the CW Seed, we're going to be getting Deathstroke, Knights and Dragons. I have said before that I'm not a big superhero guy, but then again, I have reviewed a lot of Teen Titans Go on this channel, my god. Guys, please stop watching the Teen Titans Go stuff. I'm not putting any more of that out. But, that's another story for another day. But I do think the support on those videos, they are my most watched stuff, it seems. And I appreciate that, but just know that more Teen Titans Go content is not coming anytime soon. Anyway, Deathstroke, Knights and Dragons. I've said that I'm not a big superhero guy, and I'm pretty selective when it comes to that stuff, but I love Deathstroke, or Slade as he was known in Teen Titans. But this is going to be more of an adult-centered thing, kind of like what they were doing with Harley Quinn. That new Harley Quinn series that they have on DC Universe, I think it's called. Whatever their streaming service is. But, yeah. I'm interested to see where this goes. It could be fun. January 10th, Disney Channel is premiering their new show called The Owl House. And this one looks awesome. This one looks really awesome. I've already said that I'm a sucker for magic. And it's about a human who's trying to become a witch, being trained by the Owl Witch, I think she's called, or something like that. I watched the trailer to this. It looks awesome. The humor in it seems right up my alley. And I like the character designs. The voice acting sounds good from the little bit that I've heard. Yuri, whatever his name is. I can't remember his name. The guy who voiced Sasuke in Naruto. He plays a character in this. It looks awesome. It looks awesome. That's about all I could say. I'm very, very excited for this one. This is probably one of my most anticipated ones. The Owl House. Definitely going to be watching that. Sometime in May on HBO Max, Looney Tunes cartoons. It's gonna, from what I can tell, be like the original Looney Tunes shorts, much like what they did with New Looney Tunes, which is the last Looney Tunes spin-off we got. It was originally called Wabbit, but it moved, well, rebranded, I guess, as New Looney Tunes, and it's good. The new New Looney Tunes is good. So, Looney Tunes cartoons, I'm anticipating it. I like the slapstick humor that Looney Tunes does, and I like that they always find new ways to do it. They had plenty of new ideas in the new Looney Tunes, and I think they can find new ideas in Looney Tunes cartoons. So they're going to introduce more characters? Probably, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing if they know how to do it properly. And what they did with the new Looney Tunes, they did it well. So, I think they know what they're doing. And finally, HBO Max in May, when it launches. I think this is going to be a launch title. We're going to be getting Adventure Time Distant Lands. And I am so mixed on this. I am so mixed on this. Adventure Time Distant Lands, from what I know, is going to be 4 1-hour... I can't call them shorts. 1-hour specials. And each one is going to be based on a different character or a different event or something like that. And I hope it's more of an origin thing. Because I don't know if I want to see them continue the actual story. The story ended, as far as I'm concerned. The story ended at the finale. I know some people may be dissatisfied with the way it ended. I personally was alright with it. And I would have rather it ended on that note than have it continue and be as mediocre as it could have been, which, knowing Cartoon Network's track record, I mean, I don't know, they protected shows well enough. Just, not with reboots. But anyway, yeah, I will watch this. I will watch this because I am a huge Adventure Time fan, as you guys should know by now. I've made a few videos about the show. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen my top 10 cartoons of the 2010s, it was number 1. I love Adventure Time to death, and I am intrigued in this. And I hope that it doesn't ruin what they spent the past decade, almost decade, building with Adventure Time. I really hope it doesn't. But I'm gonna try to go into it with an open mind. But anyway, guys, that is it. That's all I had on my list. I may have missed some, but there were no Nickelodeon releases on here except for the SpongeBob movie. And that's because looking at what Nickelodeon has prepared for 2020, it just doesn't seem like much for me to get excited about. But it is what it is. But guys, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for putting up with my rambling and stuff. I'm sorry if this video dragged on too long. Like I said, I didn't have a script for this one. But, let me know if you like that kind of thing. I know I stumble a lot over my words. I know I and ah, and and whatever, all that stuff. But it is what it is. But anyway, let me know what you guys are looking forward to in the world of animation in 2020. Animated movies, web animation, anime, cartoons, whatever. Just, let me know what you're looking forward to. And, of course, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as checking out my social media links in the description, my Twitter, Facebook, and you can also audition for an outro. I'm stumbling over my words, I need to end this. Audition for an outro, link in the description. Join the official Cartoon Obsession Discord. You can chat with me, you can chat with other people about cartoons or whatever. So do that as well. And, of course, stay tuned to the channel because next Saturday I have a video planned. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Alright guys, we'll see you all next time. Thank you again for watching.
Hi, Puddins. Harley Quinn here, and thank you for watching Cartoon Obsession.